Hi everybody, let's talk about digital marketing basics. Now these are some basic marketing techniques that you can use to grow your business. It used to be that you could rely on SEO and organic search to return you as a result in Google to people and serve you up as a possibility for them to visit. And it's not really that way anymore. It's really a David and Goliath story out there. There are big players in whatever market niche that you're in who have bought up all the keywords that people are searching for, and it's very difficult to show up in search. It's not impossible, but it's much more difficult than it used to be. So I'm going to talk about some marketing techniques that will, some of them have to do with search, but also a lot of them are techniques that you can use that don't rely on search in order to grow your business. It used to be that if you had a whole lot of text on your homepage and used keywords effectively, you could elevate yourself in search. Now you can still use meta tags and browser tags and meta descriptions on your page. You could even use an SEO plugin for WordPress to help you with SEO and search. But when it comes down to it, these days you can't rely entirely on that. You need to rely on other digital marketing methods to drive people to your site. I'm going to talk about 5: email marketing, paid advertising, content marketing, social media presence, and blog posts. Let's talk about email marketing a little bit. Contrary to popular belief, email marketing is not dead. Email is still the favored form of communication between companies and customers because companies can collect email addresses and target who they are communicating to, and customers can give up their email addresses so they're getting messages from companies they really want to hear from. Newsletters are a great form of email marketing. You can develop valuable content that's targeted to your customer and provide it to them through a newsletter. So let's talk about paid digital advertising. Like I said earlier, you really can't rely on SEO entirely. You really have to eventually do some paid advertising. The good thing is that paid advertising doesn't have to cost a lot in order to have an impact. You can use, for one thing, Google AdWords. So using Google AdWords is one form of paid advertising. It's a text-based form of advertising, and it's very kind of short snippet sentences that you use in Google AdWords. And so keywords are really important. And as I said before, the whole David and Goliath story is that the larger companies in certain categories have bought up and really own the keywords in certain categories. So you're going to have to leverage long-tail keywords, and you can do some research on what I mean by that, to write your Google ads. And then you want to A/B test. So you want to have a number of different ads that do the same thing or give the same message in slightly different ways, and then use Google Analytics to track which of those ads do better over time, and then leverage the ones that are succeeding and build off of the ones that are succeeding. Another form of paid advertising is Facebook ads. Facebook ads are relatively, in comparison to AdWords, they can be cheap. The other great thing about Facebook is that their targeting capabilities are really incredible. You can target super specifically, geographically, demographically, income-based, on so many different levels who is going to view your ad. So by spending and by targeting specifically, you can make the most of your advertising spend. Now, your social media profiles are also a really important form of digital marketing. You want to make sure that you're featuring links to your social profiles on your website. Google will penalize you if you don't have links to your social profiles on your website. You should have Twitter and Facebook at a bare minimum, but you want to make sure that you don't go overboard. You don't want to be on so many different social platforms that you show up on them poorly. You want to do a few and you want to do them well. So I recommend people starting with just a couple and seeing how well they engage on them and how they build their audience, and then growing that over time as they get better at dealing with the social landscape. Plus, don't forget video. Because Google owns YouTube, having video on your site, whether it's curated videos of other people's content or developing your own content, and having those links on your site back to YouTube really elevates you in SEO. So don't forget about video. Another important form of digital marketing for small businesses and entrepreneurs is content marketing. Content marketing is using original content or curated content to draw people to your website. It's giving them something of value to come to you for. And when they come to you, you ask them for their email address. And in return for them giving up their email address, you give them what we call opt-in magnets. So that's a thing like an ebook or a PDF or a checklist or resource lists or how-to videos. They get something in return for signing up for your list. You can also use landing pages. Landing pages don't show up on the main navigation of your site, but it's where people land when they come to your site in order to get some sort of opt-in content. And they may give up their email address there. And then they may be led to your content or led to your main website. But landing pages can be keyword rich and therefore really benefit your site in SEO without actually being part of your main site. And remember, it doesn't have to all be original content on your site. You can use curated content on your site, articles, blog posts from other people, links, resources. Make sure to attribute to the original producer and get permission in order to do that. But there are ways to add content to your site without you having to become a content producer. But becoming a content producer is really the best way to go about it. So let's talk about blogging a little bit. Blogging is really important for SEO, especially for small businesses, entrepreneurs, and creative professionals. It's the one thing that they can do that can really help SEO. Why? Well, when you blog post, you post regularly to your site. So it's showing Google search that you are interacting and your site is being regularly updated. When sites go dormant or nothing ever changes or gets updated on a website, Google will eventually downgrade that site in search because it thinks it's abandoned. So you want to make sure that you're constantly updating your sites. Let's face it, no one reads anymore. On average, people spend 8 seconds on a home page. With that and the move to mobile and the fact that people are on their mobile devices, no one's reading long sections of text anymore. So that having a blog section is beneficial because it's going to keep your homepage clean. You're going to be able to keep your homepage very direct and headline driven. And then you're going to have the benefit for SEO of your blog post, which is going to be keyword rich and content rich and link rich. So that's it. I hope you enjoyed this video on some digital marketing basics, basic marketing techniques that you can use to grow your business. And if you did, please hit subscribe below so you can see my videos when they come out, and visit me at philipvandusen.com/muse and subscribe to my newsletter. It comes out every 2 weeks, and I share an insight and resources and inspiration on design and marketing for entrepreneurs and creative professionals. And with that, thanks again for watching, and bye for now.